snails, or puppy thumbnails on the whole line.
And baby said,
Dance, magic dance. Dance, magic dance. Jump, magic jump. Jump, magic jump.
Magic jump on me. Slap that baby, make him breathe.
in 9 hours and 23 minutes, you'll be mine.
I saw my baby trying hard as babe could try. What could I do? My baby's fun had gone and left my baby blue. Nobody knew what kind of magic spell to use.
Thunder or lightning.
Then baby said, dance, magic dance. Dance, magic dance. Jump, magic jump. Jump, magic jump. Dance, magic dance. Dance, magic dance. Dance, magic dance. Dance, magic dance. Jump, magic jump. Jump, magic jump.
I remember that video all so well at the end of there. Remember all the puppets in the background waving to the girl when she's leaving the lair, the Goblin King himself.
Yes.
That great thing. And let's bring up something that a lot of people are sitting back saying, whatever happened to that child? You know, you sit back and you look at the babies of some of these movies and say, what became of them? And talking about being in the right place at the right time, the baby that was in the labyrinth, the producer had needed a child, so they looked to one of their artistic designers, and let's see if I don't want to butcher it. Brian, found one of the Muppeteers and the designers at the time from Jim Henson had just had a kid. So they said, perfect. They ended up using him, and he became the baby for the movie. And down the road, his son, Toby, would end up working for Henson Studios as well, becoming a puppeteer and a costume design person. Now, I bring that up because, are you a fan of the Muppets at all?
Oh, big time.
Nurse Misery?
Oh, of course.
Have any of you guys seen the new Muppets that has been on ABC?
No.
No?
I've watched parts of it with you, but usually watch it late enough where I watch 5 minutes.
If you get a
and then
chance,
I'm like,
folks, go up there, grab Hulu Plus. It's up on there. Wow. And that's all I'm going to say. Wow to whatever just happened in the background. And
yes,
wow.
Wow to Tony Jones' pants, and wow to the Muppets, because it is cruder and ruder than ever before.
And they're not even blatantly trying to make it disguised anymore.
Oh, it's in your face, and it's
Oh, you mean
amazing.
it's actually... See, that's why I didn't bother, because I said to myself, they're not going to live up to the old stuff.
Oh, they definitely do.
they
And plus
live
some.
up.
Well, to the point where the piano guy is a bartender. He serves alcohol. So you see Kermit sitting there, and he's drinking a glass of pumpkin beer, and he comments on something that I kind of agree on, where he says, I'm tired of having fruit in my beer. Whatever happened to just having beer?
Right.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, Kermit's sitting here showing kids it's okay to drink. Way to go, Kermit.
Yeah, as long as you
I
don't
love
have
you.
fruit in it. You want the straight stuff.
You want a
Plus,
beer.
Kermit's even got the new, thinner girlfriend. She's still a pig, but she's smaller and cuter than the old one.
That was hilarious when they made that comment about aren't they all pigs? And I just sat there and said, did they just really say that on the Muppets? I'm like, yes, they
yes,
did.
they did.
No,
Loudly and proudly, too.
and everybody sat back. This is another thing. They said Disney was going to ruin it. They
No.
didn't. They let Jim Henson Studios take their Muppets and do their thing with it.
I mean, Disney's grown up a lot. And they push the envelope in certain movies and things when they can.
It's definitely a funny show. Definitely worth watching. Like The Labyrinth was worth watching over and over and over again.
Yeah,
Just
I
not,
think we're going to have to watch that this weekend now.
Yeah, so if you guys are listening to the show out there for tribute, just put it on. Put on The Labyrinth, play it. If you have a younger kid that hasn't seen it, put it on the television.
You know what? Put on the Labyrinth and then follow it up with the Dark Crystal. Talk about a nice little double feature.
Yeah, good way to creep the kids out. And like I said, these segues can't make themselves up. We're going to go down here on Chuckle's Crypt to Ashes by David Bowie. Talk about a creepy name for a song.
Do you remember Agatha Speed? It's such another song. I've heard a rumor from ground control. Oh no, don't say it's true. They got a message from the Action Man. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. I've loved all I've needed love. Saw the details fall away. The shrieking of nothing is killing. Just pictures of chap girls and synthesis. And I ain't got no money and I ain't got no hands. But I'm hoping to kick back the planet is glowing. Ashes to ash and fun to fucking. We know Major Tom's a junkie, strung out in heaven's high, hitting an all-time low. Time and again I tell myself I'll stay clean tonight. But the little green wheels are following me. Oh no, not again. I'm stuck with a valuable friend. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. One flash of light, but no smoking pistol. I've never done good things. I've never done bad things. I never did anything out of the blue. Whoa. Want an axe to break the ice. Wanna come down right now. Ashes to ashes, fun to funky. We know Major Tom's a junkie, strung out in heaven's high, hitting an on-time road. Mama said, to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom. Mama said, to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom. Mama said, to get things done, you better.
I love that. You can hear the Major Tom thing, and all you can think of is a song, Ground Control to Major Tom, comes up in your head, and you're waiting for it.
Are you really happy with what they did to it? I mean, yeah, they turned Major Tom into a junkie.
Well, it's rock and roll lifestyle.
No, but I'm just noticing though, like that kind of like tells you how long David Bowie was around.
Oh,
because when he first wrote Space Oddity, that was straightforward, right? That was about the time of the moonshot, which was what 69, 7. That was, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was the date, and Ashes to Ashes was what 80, mid 80s ish.
Yeah, mid to late 80s ish
Yeah.
in that time
But
frame.
it's kind of interesting because it shows David Bowie going from the just joining in the spirit of the times
Yeah.
with Space Oddity.
Well, he was
And
always
then,
able
and
to
I don't
keep
know,
up.
I don't know, a little string of cynicism crept in there over time, or
so we got Nurse Misery's favorite song, Magic Dance, of course, on the Labyrinth. George, one
Yes.
of your favorites. You were talking about it at break time.
yeah, I was. Yeah, when you asked Nurse Misery, I said he's going to ask me next, so I started doing my mental inventory. And yeah, like I said off mic, I said one of the notable things about this is how long that career went on and how it sustained itself. In other words, there was no starting off good and then sucking for many years and then coming back good. or it sustained itself over all those years. So I mean, I could say, Ziggy Stardust,
good song.
classic.
Suffragette City, Heroes.
You had mentioned Let's Dance over the break as well.
Yep, I would. Yeah, if you held the proverbial gun to my head, not literally, I hope in these days, but yeah, I would say it's Let's Dance, Ziggy Stardust, Suffragette City, and Heroes. And on any given mood, it could be any one of those.
I will get to mine a little later on, but we're here talking, and thank you for sharing that with us. We're talking about the passing of David Bowie, and it really is a hit. Now, a lot of people give Alice Cooper credit for destroying the disco era, and he did do a really good job of doing it, but David Bowie was right on hand with him, helping him take that crap off the airwaves.
Well, I don't know. I'm actually, what you just said kind of interests me. I mean, did somebody actually destroy the disco era, or did the disco era just self-destruct?
Well, Alice Cooper likes to give himself the
credit for killing disco.
credit.
I'm not sure why.
I don't know, because he hates it so much.
Yeah, he hates it, but come on now,
I think because he came up in the time of its death.
And he came up while it was playing, and he survived during it.
Yeah, he survived during disco.
Yeah, but Alice Cooper, now we're all big Alice Cooper fans, but let's tell it like it is. About the time that disco was breathing its last, Alice Cooper's career was in the proverbial toilet.
True.
I mean, he made his worst music of his career about the time that disco was meeting its demise. So I'm not quite sure. I mean, unless Alice Cooper cast some magic incantation, that murdered the music. I mean, unless he did something that we don't know about, I don't see where Alice Cooper's musical contributions did anything, to hasten the end of disco.
Hey, you bite your tongue. We're just going to say he did it, all right? You're just going to say he did it, and you're going to set across there, and you're going to like it.
I'm willing. No, you just said you want to give David Bowie some credit, too.
Yeah, I do.
Come to think of it.
Because I'm going to give him both credit for destroying one of the worst musics known to man.
Yeah.
I mean, next to we need someone big to destroy this electronic crap that's out there right now. That rave music
phases in and out. The techno genre.
Oh, it's horrible.
Just literally noise.
We need someone big that, considering noise down there, need someone big to destroy this stuff.
Yeah. Well, what happened? The horrible thing is when you have an awful genre of music, it tends to bleed into all the other genres and pollute it.
Oh,
kind of like a toxic lake that kind of seeps into the groundwater.
It just oozes around because people will be like, "Oh, I want to use this sound because it's so unique." No, it sucks.
And the problem is, the worse the music, the more attractive the women. Disco had all the hot chicks. Electronica, techno, that's where all the hot chicks are.
Yeah, because they're all half naked raving.
To say nothing of country western music.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to develop a taste for not a taste for it, but you got to learn to, I don't know, maybe, I don't even know what you'd call it, but you've got to learn endurance. That's what it is. That's the word for it, endurance. You've got to learn to endure about 3 hours of country music if you want to get laid these days with some fine-looking women anywhere around this vicinity.
Yeah. If you want to see Daisy Duke sitting on your lap, you better be listening to some
You heard
country.
that here on Chuckles Crypt here on Rhode Island Free Radio, fans. We are trying to help the nerds, live long and prosper, as we would say. Help the nerds live long and prosper. And did you know that there was actually a series of comic books called Rock and Roll?
Sounds very vague.
Well, they were a little series of comics, and they all had depicted short, bleep careers and everything of official rockers. It's like they had one for
Kinda
Alice
like
Cooper.
little mini-series.
Yeah, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, and David Bowie had his own little comic book, not like Alice Cooper, who has series of comic books, had his own little comic book that was put out with that as well, David Bowie's Rock and Roll comic.
I want it.
If you guys have that, like I said, comics really aren't the biggest thing in the 90s, but it's looking like it's a $30 price tag on it.
I want it.
I think price mainly because he did pass away, that it has a $30 price tag, because normally you can find this book.
Last week.
Yeah, you can find this book at the flea market. It is not that rare. And you can find it probably in the dollar bin where some old guy really doesn't care about the David Bowies and everything, and you can still pick it up. $30 is a little